Now, the 2012 rumor mill is churning in full force as more and more potential GOP contenders make stops in key primary states all around the country. And one of the most critical primary states in any election, of course, is Iowa. And tonight, that is exactly where Frank Luntz is standing by with our very first 2012 Republican focus group. Frank, what a good-looking group of people.
He just called you a good-looking group of people. Sean, clearly you can't see through that camera lens.
I take that back, Mr. Luntz.
That's doctored to you, Sean. Before we get to 2012, let's focus on what we're doing right now, what President Obama said to Bill O'Reilly's interview. We had an opportunity to take them, if you can hand me one of these. We used our instant response dials, and we had them react to Bill O'Reilly's question about the Muslim Brotherhood. Sean, watch how the dials dive when Barack Obama responds to Bill O'Reilly's question. Let's take a look.
They are well organized, and there are strains of their ideology that are anti-U.S. There's no doubt about it. But here's the thing that we have to understand. There are a whole bunch of secular folks in Egypt. There are a whole bunch of educators and civil society in Egypt that wants to come to the fore as well. And so it's important for us not to say that our only two options are either the Muslim Brotherhood or a suppressed
but you don't want the Muslim
Egyptian people. What I want is a representative government in Egypt.
Now remember, these are Republican caucus voters, so they're expected to be skeptical of what the president says. But the reaction was so negative, so overwhelming. What's the problem?
I don't think he has a grasp on how serious this could be. He doesn't seem to have it, know what the details are and what we want and what we need as a country.
He talks about making them into a republic, and all he talks about is democracies. He doesn't know what a republic is.
There's no coherent policy. I mean, you've got four people talking about four different things. They've disavowed the former ambassador now. No one seems to know what's going on.
I believe that Barack Obama's religious beliefs do govern his foreign policy.
And what are his religious beliefs?
I believe that he is a Muslim.
You do?
Yes.
How many of you believe that here?
How many believe?
Wow. You believe he's a Muslim?
Yes.
And you think that's having an impact on what he says and does?
Fundamentally, yes.
Absolutely.
Jack?
Yes, I do also.
Now, do you understand the implications of what you're saying here, what the media is going to say about this group and about Iowa caucus voters in the future? You realize what you're opening up here?
I think his religious belief is liberalism. He believes in his political policies more than any principled religion.
I think he's Muslim sympathetic. I don't know that he's a practicing Muslim.
His religious belief is liberalism, and you know that's the most intolerant religion of all. There's no room for wiggle in there.
I do think it's quite possible he is Muslim, even though he says he is Christian. But I think that this type of rhetoric, he's waffling on both sides.
But let's focus on his presidential, on how he communicates when it comes to foreign policy and his policies. Shouldn't we be backing the president? Isn't that the loyal thing to do?
He is Neville Chamberlain in 1939. He is an appeaser, and he will lead us down a path to destruction if we're not careful.
He gives textbook answers.
I think this crisis kind of snuck up on him, and he's a little unprepared to respond to it.
Sneaks up on him. He doesn't know what to do. He never knows what to do.
I think he believes that America's at fault for the world's problems. I think he doesn't see the good that America does in the world.
Okay, we've got to hold you for 1 second. Sean, I want to emphasize that these are Republican caucus voters in Iowa.
Right.
But nevertheless, Barack Obama's talked about moving to the center. Clearly, he's not connecting
I want to get to that in a second here, but I want to go back to this issue. I think he was in Reverend Wright's church, which believes in black liberation theology, predicated on a very leftist, socialist, redistributive model. And I don't question that aspect of President Obama in terms of he believes in Christian faith, although I believe a radical one hanging out with Wright. The question is here, Frank, I think the Muslim outreach, I think, A, was not successful. More importantly, you know, how shocked were everybody? The Muslim Brotherhood believes in an Islamic caliphate wanting Sharia law. He had an opportunity yesterday to say no Muslim Brotherhood. But the Washington Post is reporting that they're making renewed outreach and revisiting their opinions with the Muslim Brotherhood. That is the issue.
Okay, so let's ask you, how many of you think that he should state clearly, knowing the implications in Egypt, there should be no outreach to the Muslim Brotherhood? Who agrees with that idea?
Absolutely.
All of you. Then what is the solution? What do you do?
I would just like to see him be proud of America, represent America, our history.
You guys agree with that?
I just want him to be proud of who we are and have the ability to point out all the positives this country's represented.
What do we have to be sorry about? He runs around apologizing all the time. What do we do wrong? We prospered as a nation. We pay for things and we give relief to other countries.
Now, we're going to be going back. We're going to talk a lot more about Barack Obama in a moment. Sean, this is a very intense, very passionate group, a very skeptical group of the president, and very demanding of change in 2012.
All right, Frank, I want to ask them when we get back. I want to know who they are leaning towards, because obviously the Iowa caucuses are pivotal for the Republican 2012 candidates. We'll have much more with Frank Luntz and his focus group in Iowa coming up.